The CDC recently updated their guidelines on C19 shots for babies, and you're not going to believe what they are saying. But don't worry guys, as usual, it's really good news, and if you follow their advice, all will be well. But before we start guys, please just repeat this mantra after me. Our babies will be protected because this is safe and effective. So let's take a look at what they're advising parents to do. So just last week on August 30th, they updated their guidelines on scheduling shots for infants age 6 months and older, okay? So these are really young babies. They say if the baby has not received a pokey before, then they should either be getting 3 doses of Pfizer or 2 doses of Moderna. Children's Health Defense report on this. They say that the first dose of Pfizer is at 6 months. The second dose is 3 weeks later, and the third dose is just 3 months after that. So to be clear, by the age of 9 months old, the babies will have been poked 3 times by mRNA alone, and this is not even factoring in all of the other stuff. I think at this time we should just take a minute to be really thankful for the people over at the CDC, because through actions like this, they really show how much they value the health of the population which they are meant to be serving. It's really selfless work that they're doing here. All this despite the fact that according to Stanford Medical School, children have a remarkable resilience to the virus. From an article titled, "Research findings could explain why young kids rarely get very sick from the virus," to quote, they say, "As a rule, infants and young children rarely develop severe or enduring cases of the virus, and those who do almost invariably suffer from some other serious medical problem." Something that we didn't know already, of course. It's not that kids don't get infected, they do. Yet, although kids under 5 represent about 6% of the US population, they account for fewer than 0.1% of the virus's deaths in this country. They go on to explain many possible explanations for why this is. But in other words, what they're saying is that children don't get it. And if they do get it, it's pretty mild, a little bit like a cold or maybe a mild flu. And now, this is especially relevant for children who are under 5 years of age. So you might be wondering now why the CDC is recommending that by 9 months of age, children have 3 mRNA shots when they basically don't get the virus. I think the only possible answer is that the CDC just wants to be very safe and protect the children. And to all those naysayer right-wing conspiracy theorists, it's not like they'd be recommending a medical procedure without any long-term safety data, is it? I mean, it's not like they would push an unlicensed medication on babies, surely. Oh wait, so it turns out this particular shot is not actually licensed for children under 12 years old and is being used under emergency use authorization. And we know that emergency use authorization doesn't really require any safety data by law for it to successfully go through and be used in populations. But don't worry guys, this is all in good faith. We just need to protect the babies. Forget the fact that there is evidence which suggests that infant mortality rates track closely with the number of routine shots given in early life. That is, countries which administer more doses have, on average, a higher infant mortality rate. But in this particular circumstance, it's not just normal shots that we're talking about here, is it? We're talking about mRNA shots. And we can safely say that these are basically a different animal altogether. There was in fact a recent study looking at children 1 year after having these mRNA shots, and they found significant increases in an immune cell called IgG4. Now, this has led some researchers to raise concerns over whether this immune cell in high amounts could contribute towards some of those autoimmune diseases that we're seeing lately. So although some conspiracy theorists might struggle to conceptualize why any parent would elect for a certain medical procedure when the children had very high protection anyway, I think most of us can appreciate and follow and trust all of these guidelines. We know that the CDC cares about its population. We know that they're trying to protect us, and they're taking very strict precautions, ultimately, like I said, to protect the babies. So all in all, more of the same very good news. If you find yourself having any doubts, any stray thoughts, just repeat this mantra over and over again. Our babies will be protected because this is safe and effective. Our babies will be protected because this is safe and effective. Just keep on doing that, okay? So if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe and tune in for the next one. See ya.